Hello friends, today we are going to discuss practically how you are going to learn the hexagonal system burial type normal class. Yes, you are written in this hexagonal system burial class. First we will see its cryptographic axis. In this system we will find out there are the four axes as the normal one in case of cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic or monoclinic, triclinic, where we have the three axes are there, but in this one we have the four axes. One more axis will be introduced. The C axis will be a vertical one which is running from top to bottom, which is the longest one, and there are the three horizontal axes, and each one makes an angle of 120 degrees each other. For example, you can see now on this board. Yes, can you see now on this board what we have? The A1 runs from front to back. A1 front side is given positive sign, back is given negative sign. Whereas A2 runs from right to left, so right is given positive sign, left is given negative sign. Whereas now new axis will be introduced from on the extreme right hand side from the front to back. Now front will given negative sign, back is given positive sign. Now the A1 axis makes an angle with the A2, that is the 120 degree. Then A2 makes an angle with the A3 120 degree. A3 makes an angle with A1 is 120 degree. So each axis are making an angle of 120 degree with each other. So what is happening? There will, when you are going to write the indices, so there will be four indices we have to write down now: A1, A2, A3, and C axis. But what is happening in the case of the A1, A2, A3? These are the three horizontal axes. They are dividing the 360 degree angle equally, 120, 120. So sum of these indices has to be a 0. For example, assume now if the indices of A1 is 1, then A2 is 1, automatically the A3 should be minus 2. So the sum of will become the 0. Whereas A1 is 1, A2 is 0, then it is automatically bar 1. If it is 0 here, it is 1, then it should be a bar 1. So the sum of A1, A2, A3 indices should be 0, and whether the C may be 0 or 1, no problem, but it will be only for A1, A2, A3 axis which is there. So along with this we have to find out the indices. Now here we have the model of the hexagonal system glass model. Now I have this as your imaginary axis we can make out. So A1 axis. Now here we have 6 corners are there. From these 6 corners you can see now from this, the earlier one A1 you are running from front to back. Yes. So instead of this it is slightly shifted, now it will be on this side. So corner to corner, this is your A1 axis. A2 is as usual running from right to left, corner to corner it will be there. And now new axis will be introduced from this extremely on your right hand side, from corner to corner. But what is happening in this? The front is given negative. That's why I have shown here. Wherever the negative sign is there, I have put this particular wooden part so that you can get the easy idea. So A3 is a minus here, A2 minus here, and A1 minus here. And C as usual running from top to bottom. So C is the longest one, and A1, A2, A3 they are the equal in length and makes an angle of 120 degree. So here in the relation when you are going to make out, A1 is not perpendicular to A2, A2 is not perpendicular to A3, and A3, all the three axes will be perpendicular to C axis. And now the hexagonal system is there. So first we'll find out its elemental symmetries. First one will have the planes of symmetries. How many planes are there in this particular system? We have to find out. The second one, axis of symmetries. Then centrosymmetry, whether it is present or absent. You have to find out this thing. So this is the answer you have to find out with the help of the whatever the model is given, or you have to in the examination it is given. So here we have a glass model is there. With this glass model we will try to find out how many are the planes. First simple rule says, or we have a wooden model with us. So in that wooden model, we can straightway what we are going to make. First simple things which we are going to make out is, whenever you start drawing any plane, first I told you the rule is there, whenever you start, draw from the center of the faces. So I will draw the first plane from the center of the faces. So if I draw this particular plane, now what is happening in this? The crystal is exactly divided into two equal parts. Now, whichever I drawn with the chalk, it is not proper line. So if you make out this one, this will be a correct one which divides this particular face. You can see now, this particular face will be divided, or you can have this one, exactly this vertical face will be divided into two equal parts. So this will be a one plane which is passing out. But there will be how many vertical planes are there? There are the 6 vertical planes. When I am going to start drawing this one, so I will get, this is the first one from the center of the face, this is second one, and this is the third one. So you can extend from all the center of the faces. So you will get from the 6 faces, or we get 3 lines, and these are the 3 planes which we have got it from all the 6 vertical faces. So here we have 3 vertical faces, 6 vertical faces which give you the 3 vertical planes. Clear? This is gone now. The next one is corners are there. So there are the 6 corners. So join the opposite corners. So here we got one. It divides the crystal. See now, the crystal is exactly divided. Same face will be there on this side. Or if you extend, it will pass from the edge. Yes, the same face will be occupied the same side. You can see now, the same face will be there. So it will be exactly, crystal will be divided. So now there will be the possibilities that we can get the another one, second one, and this is third one. So already earlier one we got 3 planes which are there, which are passing from the center of the face, and in this particular category we also got 3 planes which are passing from the corner. So total we got 6, and these 6 are the vertical planes. Yes. So what we are going to get? There will be 6 vertical planes, and the last one, if you make out the last remaining option, the center of the face, we have left it out. If we draw from the center of the face, vertical faces, perpendicular to this one, then this is the one horizontal plane. So here 6 vertical plane and 1 horizontal. So we got total how many? 7 plane. Now see how to remember this one. What is the name of the system? 6. Hexa. Hexa is 6 plus 1. So 6 vertical, 1 horizontal. Got it now? So hexagonal. So no need to remember what is the planes are there in the hexagonal system. So name itself. 6 vertical, 1 horizontal. Hexagonal. 6 plus 1. 7 planes. Come to the next one. Axis of symmetries. Now the axis of symmetries are also 7. Yes, same number will be there. And this is also the same number. Now rule says, yes, there is a rule is there. What is the rule? The minimum number will give the maximum. What is the maximum? Hexa. So 1 of 6-fold symmetry. And the second rule is the highest number of axes give you the minimum number of faces. So 6 is the highest number, give you the minimum. So 6 of 2-fold. And the last one is center of symmetry is present. So hexagonal system, beryl type, there are the 7 plane, 6 vertical, 1 horizontal, 7 axis, 6 of 2-fold, and 1 of 6-fold symmetry. So now we'll find out exactly how this 6-fold and 1 of 6-fold is there. So along the c-axis, if you hold the model along the c-axis, here we have the glass model. So you can get the clear picture now. This is the marking is there, or you can take this marking. And now rotate through 360 degrees. This is the first phase. Same place will occupy the same position. Second, this is third. This is the fourth one. This is the fifth one. And this is the sixth one. So along the c-axis, when you are going to rotate a model through 360 degrees, the same phase will occupy the same position 6 times. So here, if you have this particular phase, now I'll mark this one phase, that is my starting point. Yes? After marking this one, I'll start rotating now 360 degrees. One phase, second phase, third phase, fourth one, fifth one. Yes, I made mistake. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and this is the sixth. So one of six-fold symmetry. I'll make it a clear one. I'll come closer so that you can get the idea. Yes, starting point. Yes, starting point is there. So in that starting point, I'm going to rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. So one of six-fold along the c-axis. So that we have written one of six-fold. Now the next one is that is one center of the face is gone. Remaining 6 vertical face. So what is happening? If you hold them, we'll get the 3 lines. So now if I hold along the center of the faces, and this is my marking, I rotate through 90 degree, no face, 180 degree, one face, 270 no face, 360 second time. So once you rotate through 360 degrees along this axis, then what is happening? 2 faces occupy the position twice, then it has become one of two-fold. How many other lines we have taken now? This is one line, this is second line, this is third, because 6 vertical faces are there. So along this, if you hold in the center of the face, we got how many lines? 3 lines, and along this if you rotate, we get 3 axes of two-fold symmetry. Come to the next combination. What we have the combination now? Corners. How many corners? 2 on this top, 2 again, and 2, 6. So hold opposite one. Rotate this one. Now you can see I am going to rotate now. Nothing will happen. So this is eliminated. Then edges. 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. Smaller edges. Rotate it out. No face occupy the same position. So it is gone. So the smaller edge is gone. Now remaining is the 6 vertical edges. Hold these edges in the center. Now hold it and make it vertical now. This particular face comes twice. 1 and 2. So one of two-fold. So there are the 3 lines. Second line and third line. So these are 3 of two-fold. So total we got 6 of two-fold and 1 of six-fold. So here hexagonal system burial type, there are the 6 plane, 6 vertical, 1 horizontal, and axis of symmetry will be 7, and in that 6 of two-fold and 1 of six-fold, and the center of symmetry present. If you hold, the same face will be there on the both sides. If I hold corner, opposite corner is there. If I hold edge, same edge is there, same orientation. So once it is there, then center of symmetry is present. So here in this particular system, center of symmetry is present. Now come to the next one. What we have? The forms and indices of the hexagonal system. We'll see now the next one. The forms and the indices which are been there in the hexagonal system burial type model. Next forms. Yes, the first one, basal pinacoid. Basal pinacoid, or it is called as C pinacoid. Remember, name has to remember like this. Basal pinacoid or C pinacoid, which is going to cut your only C axis, remain parallel to your A1, A2 and A3 axis. So 0, 0, 0, 1. And what is the normal indices? In 3 axis, 0, 0, 1. So here 1 bar 0 has been added for the A3 axis. Same one, nothing has been changed. Definition is also remain same. It consists of 2 similar faces. Index face cuts all the 3 axes, horizontal axis A1, A2, A3, and cuts C axis. So here we have 0, 0, 0, 1. Now remaining we have in combination. Again, like what we have done in the tetragonal system, similar type is there. The second one we have hexagonal prism, first order. Then third one, hexagonal prism, second order, and hexagonal, or simply we can take dihexagonal prism, dihexagonal prism. So here, next one, number 4, hexagonal pyramid first order. Pyramid first order. Then hexagonal pyramid second order. Then here number 6. Yeah, this is there. I made mistake here. It is number 4. This will be the number 5. This will be number 6, and this is the number 7. So hexagonal, dihexagonal. This is dihexagonal prism of pyramid. So here we have first order prism, first order pyramid, second order prism, second order pyramid. Then we have dihexagonal prism and the dihexagonal pyramid. Now the normal indices, what we have the prism. If you see the prism normal indices 1, 1, 0. That means it is going to cut your two axes, remain parallel to C axis. So here also the same one. So what we have in 1, 0, bar 1, 0. So C will be remain parallel in this case. 1, 0. Who will remain same? The prism is going to cut your two axes, remain parallel to your one of the horizontal axis and C axis. So here we have 1, 0, bar 1, 0. The next one, hexagonal prism second order. Now in the second order, what is happening? We are going to know in the normal class, we are making one axis will become parallel. But in the case of here, it is a reverse. If you make one more axis parallel, then the A1, A2, A3 will become, some will not become 0. So what will happen? Here in this case, this is one more axis is going to cut and C will remain parallel. 1, 1, bar 2, 0. That will be only reverse. In the case of hexagonal system, you will see that instead of the second order tetrahedral prism, one axis will become parallel, that is B axis remain parallel, but here the B axis is going to cut. So 1, 1, bar 2, 0. That is the second order prism. And in case of dihexagonal prism, so here we have indices will be HI bar K 0. So I have a so it should not be like that. So it will whatever we have the three axes which are there, they are getting at an unequal that HI bar K 0. So that will be there. So I have a just doubt, so I have a clear myself. So it should not be that directly can make over here and write down. This is not possible. Similar one in the case of pyramid now. 1, 1, 1 means two horizontal axis and C axis. So everywhere C should be cut, whether it is second order or third order. So here we have 1, 0, bar 1, 0. So that is indices. 1, 2, 3. Three axis cutting. So to neutralize this one, B remain parallel. So 1, 0, bar 1, 1. Come to the second order one. One more axis will cut. 1, 1, bar 2, 1. So that is there. So C is cut in the both the case because it is an inclined one. Here it is vertical, so it is inclined. Sorry, it is a parallel, but here in this case it is inclined, so it is going to cut. Now in the dihexagonal prism, it will be cutting all HI bar K L. So this is all four are going to cut. So HI bar K L. So here in this case of hexagonal system burial type, what you are going to make out? We have the prism pinacoid, then we have hexagonal prism first order, 1, 0, bar 1, 0. Then we have prism second order, that is the 1, 1, bar 2, 0. Then we have dihexagonal prism, that is the HI bar K 0. Whereas in hexagonal pyramid first order, 1, 1, 1, 0, bar 1, 1. And in the case of second order, 1 1 bar 2 1, and in case of dihexagonal pyramid is HI bar K L. So that is the last one what we have, the form which is available. So this is what we have, the forms which are there in the hexagonal system burial type. So we'll see now in model, basic models what we have. The basic model number 230. So there will be the basic one. The rule says whenever a 1 of 6 fold symmetry is there, that should be coincide with your crystallographic C axis. Yes. And the second rule is whenever a pair of two similar faces are there, make a Bessel pinacoid. So here we will make a Bessel pinacoid. So here Bessel pinacoid 0 0 0 1. So 4 indices has to be there. Then 6 similar vertical faces. It is the prism 1 0 bar 1 0. So 1 0 bar 1 0. That will be the indices. If you make out here, it is going to cut your, this is there. This is your A3 axis, going to cut minus sign in the front side. A1 cutting positive side, remain parallel to A2 and remain parallel to your C axis. So C will be remain parallel together. You can see now clear one. If you don't see clear one, I'll just brought it to the front and just will with the help of this particular. So now as you know, this is your what we have is the face. Now I'll extend. I'll make it this one so you can get the idea. So this is your A axis, cutting A3 cutting negative side from the front, A2 it remain parallel. You can see now I'll brought here A2 remain parallel, or this one will be the model, glass model. It is going to cut A3 negative side, A1 positive side, A2 will remain parallel, and it will be remain parallel to your C axis. So here we have the first model which is there 230, where we have the Bessel pinacoid 0 0 0 1, and the second one hexagonal pyramid first order 1 0 bar 1 0. So that is there. So that is the first model which we have. One or two forms will be there in each system. The next one we have model number 240. 2440, this is the number is there. You can see the number. Now start counting from this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 number. So there is a hexagonal prism is there, that is a 6. But now here is double. So it is a dihexagonal prism. It is the dihexagonal prism HI bar K0. HI bar K0. And this is the Bessel pinacoid. Rule says one pair is there, you can make a Bessel pinacoid, automatically you will get these vertical faces. 12 similar vertical faces. So it will be a hexagonal pyramid of a dihexagonal pyramid HI bar K0, and this is a Bessel pinacoid. So this is the second one form, second model. Then 242. Yes, this is the model. You can see the number 242. Now count the faces which are there from the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. So normal one. So hexagonal pyramid, 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. So here we have indices, hexagonal pyramid first order, only one form is there. So 1, 0, bar 1, 1. It is 1, 0, bar 1, 1. That is pyramid 1, 1, 1, normal indices. So here one axis has to introduce. So that is the axis introduced will be the B, will be 0. So 1, 0, bar 1, 1, because the balance has to be made between A1, A2 and A3. So A3 has to be negative. So 1, 0, bar 1, 1. Because it is inclined face, so it is cutting the C axis. So here we have the hexagonal pyramid of first order. Yes, the next model which we have is 244. You can see the model 244. Count, the number has been become double. Instead of 6, there will be 12 on the top, 12 on the bottom. It is a dihexagonal pyramid. It is the dihexagonal pyramid. So in this dihexagonal pyramid, all axes are going to cut at unequal in length. So it is HI bar KL. So HI bar KL. So here we have around 7 forms. That is the first one, Bessel pinacoid 0 0 0 1. Then pyramid first order, hexagonal prism first order 1 0 bar 1 0. Then second one, hexagonal prism second order 1 1 bar 2 0, because one more axis will be cut in this as compared to the normal where we have one axis become parallel. Here it is going to cut. So 1 1 bar 2 0. Then when you are going to write down dihexagonal prism HI bar K 0. Then come to the next one, the pyramid side. C should be cutting, that is as usual because it is an inclined face. If the hexagonal pyramid first order, so 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom, so that will be the faces will be there, and each face is going to cut 1 0 bar 1 1, 3 axis 1 1 1. So 2 horizontal, 1 C axis, so 2 horizontal means A1 and A3, 0 has to be there. So C, B will become automatically 0, 1 0 bar 1 1. Then the next one we have the hexagonal pyramid of second order, 1 1 bar 2 1, because one more axis will be going to cut here, 1 1 bar 2 1. And the last one is dihexagonal pyramid where all axes are cutting at unequal length, HI bar KL. So this is the unique system is there where one more axis will be introduced. So in this system we have the 4 axes, A1, A2, A3 and C. Out of this, A1, A2, A3 will be the horizontal axis, making an angle of 120 degree with each other. So due to that, the sum of the A1, A2, A3 indices should be 0. And every time the A3 we are taking as a negative. So 1 0 bar 1 or 0 1 bar 1 or 1 1 bar 2. This is the way we are going to make the balance. And whatever the indices, normal indices are there in the prism, 1 1 0 means C remain parallel and only the 2 horizontal axes going to cut. Same rule we are going to apply in hexagonal system, 1 0 bar 1, 2 axes going to cut, and that is the sign has to become negative. Whether 0 1 bar 1 is also there, but we will take always the front indices. So 1 0 bar 1 0, then second order 1 1 bar 2 0, then dihexagonal prism HI bar K 0. So that is the what we have, the prism, 3 prism, first order, second order and the die. Similar one we have in the case of pyramid also. We have hexagonal pyramid first order as per the normal 1 1 1, 2 horizontal axis and the C axis. So here 2 horizontal means A1 and A3. So A1 1, A2 0, A3 minus 1 because sum has to be 0. So 1 0 bar 1 1. Then the next one 1 1 bar 2 1, that is one more axis is going to cut. And the third one what we have is all the 3 axes, 4 axes which are there in the hexagonal system burial type are going to cut at unequal length, and alphabetically we have to use proper H first, then I, then K there. So HI bar KL. So that is the indices for dihexagonal pyramid. So this is what we have, the hexagonal system burial type, that is the normal class, where as per the definition whatever the faces, edges, faces which are there, that will be present. Say hexagonal pyramid means pyramid should be 6 top 6 bottom, so that will be the faces. If 6 vertical faces as per that, that is the 6. If it is 3 is there, then it is half, then that will be the we have the whole normal class which we are studying. Then there are hemiagonal, hemimorphic classes will be there, so that we'll see in the subsequent. We have the tourmaline, calcite and quartz we'll see in the next video, but in this video I focus only for the hexagonal beryl. So here whatever the students having a fear about how to write the indices, I given and try to make the simplification. Same indices 1 1 0 1 1 1, prism and pyramid. Only what we have to make out, that in the second order one more axis will be become parallel in the prism or in pyramid. Here what is happening, one more axis is going to cut. That is the only difference which is there. But Rest 1 is remain same. 1 1 0 it will become 1 0 bar 1 0, whereas 1 1 1 will become 1 0 bar 1 1. So that is the way you have to make out the preparation and try to understand and